Just now realizing that I neglected to actually like hit the record button, so I have no idea what the 7 was, but this 6 is fine in the blind here. Love is blind. Looking back, using the discharge on Delver after it flipped caused us to have one less energy than we could have had, which might affect us because we now can only have 4 energy instead of 5 to kill a 5 toughness creature, and snakes matter here. I guess this probably didn't matter because our opponent had counterspell and they probably would have protected, but it might be good to call out here. Opponent is using Mental Note to try and find Sleep with the Dead. They get extra looks off the mills and the random draw, so like they get 3 looks every single time here. I could have cast Sagu Wildling here, and I opted to Brainstorm instead. I think my logic was just that I want to see more cards and try and find answers, but there's a chance that the dragon just is better here. I didn't attack with the Chrysler Town and Country because I'm thinking of chumping into finishing off the chumped terror with a Galvanic Discharge, though countering the deep analysis means I can't take this line anymore, and I might just be dumb. I remember when I called out them using mental notes to try and to try and find Sleep with the Dead. 9 looks here. What was my logic with putting Sagu on top? Like, obviously, I needed to get lucky and rip something that would keep me alive here. But like, why would I think that Sagu after getting lucky would keep me in the game? Like, I feel like I needed more than that. Also, counter my Lorien into cast their own Lorien. That's just rough. Okay, game 2, we got terrored here. Love this hand if there was a land in it. Oh, I would love this hand if there was a land in it. Okay, I swear there are enough actual lands in this deck. Like 14 is a solid number. Maybe it should be 15. No, I believe in the deck. Look at that synergy. Killing a terror on turn 3, baby. Skred could never. That's 1 dead Snick. 2 dead Snick. I should have kept the extra removal spell instead of counterspell here. Like, I'm too far behind on board to value counterspell as much as I'm valuing it right now. Well, Skred is murder here. Also, 1-for-1ing our way through the game that seems like a big takeaway, that our removal kept us in this game for a long time. That is now 3 dead Snick. 4 dead Snick. God, Crowdgen Relic into Skyfisher into Crowdgen Relic is so gas! I'm going to counter the Lorien because they have 7 cards in hand. And, like, yeah, we've been 1-for-1ing them all day to keep ourselves alive, but they've just outdrawn us, and we're buried here. And yeah, Sleep with the Dead is gas. Lost to the opponent's card draw more than anything. Kind of a note here at the end of this match, not having any graveyard hate meant that our opponent's deck was always just firing on all cylinders. And it may be nice if we had just like a relic to be able to pop a graveyard to make our opponent take another setup turn and just give us a little bit of breathing room. That's definitely something to think about here. The biggest cube event in the Twin Cities area is coming March 13th through the 15th. Shoebox is the biggest grassroots Magic event that takes place within a 4-hour drive of my house, and I really want to see it do well. If you're in the Twin Cities area, make sure you come out for Cube, as well as other formats like CEDH, Dan, and even Pauper. More information at shoebox.gg. I'll see you there. That's fun that we have every single one of our tap lands in our opener. Well, perfect mana. I love this hand. Colony Garden suggests Golgari Gardens. Oh boy. That Campfire is the most important card in this matchup. The first threat of the game has been introduced. Well, besides the clock. Black card draw may be good, but Lorien Revealed is cracked. I am really wishing that Heritage Reclamation was Relic of Progenitus right now. Like, it just would solve my Campfire problem from the opponent. Full transparency, we end up losing this game here, and I think this is the moment where I lost it. I decided not to counter the Monarch creature. I have no hope of taking the Monarch from my opponent. They have ways to exile my graveyard and nullify my campfires, and I can't do the same thing back to them. This is the end of the game right here. Unfortunately, we still have like 5 more turns of the match to play. I just want to note that that is every single one of our lands on the battlefield at the moment. Kind of fun that we can do that in this deck, I guess. And Cryptrats finally finishes us off. Again, feeling the lack of graveyard hate and my mistake with the Monarch and just them having a full grip the entire match and being able to pressure us with, I guess, their sepulcher, Tithing Blade, the backside of Tithing Blade, and Cryptrat. I don't have much for sideboarding. I just brought in a Murmuring Mystic and we went down in Galvanic Discharge. Game two, I chose to be on the draw, partly because I think it's funny and partly because in the matchup I think it might be correct. You know, Cryptrots isn't all that scary when you're hanging out at 36 life. Just gotta counter the important spells. I'm only tapping one Campfire to gain life with so that we don't give our opponent the opportunity to just exile our graveyard for free here. All right, if this were in paper, it wouldn't work, but this was like a Magic Online thing. I noticed that our opponent was F6ing a lot, and like they missed an attack on their last turn because of it. So I take a calculated risk here to pop their Campfire, so I can just work towards my win condition of decking them. Yeah, in this spot, opponent sacks their Spellbomb to draw a card, and that just lets me shuffle my graveyard back in. I think this was probably a clock-based mistake. Like they're just worried about their time, and yeah, they're just trying to play fast and a little loose. Oh my god, wait a minute, we actually have a clock here. Like that's not the clock. Like we're killing them with the damage. We're killing them with damage, guys. Oh, do we have a game three after this? Okay. All right. Opponent's got 2 minutes 30 seconds on the clock, and we've got 3:45. Just a matter of not being slow here. Hey, yo, look at all those threats. You know, opponent is missing land drops, and we happen to be presenting lethal here. I have to assume that this game was just highly influenced by the clock. You know, I hate it when the chess clock on Moto is what decides the match. You know, lucky for us, this was the only match of this league where the clock came up. Sarcasm is a literary device that's used to implement perfect manner to start the game here. Another shot against Tolarian Terror. You know what? I actually do think we have a decent matchup. I'm happy to have another go at it. You know, Brainstorm just doesn't see enough play in Pauper. I really think it's good in this deck, and I feel like this moment shows why. Like digging to find removal and smoothing out my sequencing, it's very powerful. Like there's a reason why it defines the Legacy format. I just feel like there's not a ton of Pauper decks that take good advantage of it, but we're running like 11 untapped lands and just like 10 shuffle effects. Like if any deck is going to be able to take advantage of Brainstorm that isn't Mono Blue Terror, I feel like it's probably this one, right? You know, the Chrysler Town and Country is not great by itself against Mono Blue Terror, but the moment the second one shows up, the game swings in your favor so hard. No idea why opponent double jumps here. I'm being conservative with my Chryslers because I don't want to lose to them spiking Asleep with the Dead off the top, tapping down all my spawn tokens. I guess opponent thinks they're far enough behind to scoop. Okay, cool. We'll take the win there. Sideboarding, Pyros and Mystics in, Reclamation, a couple of Campfires out. You know, again, I'm just wishing that this was Relic instead of Heritage Reclamation. Like, I guess if I had that, I would go down all the Campfires for Pyros. I just don't think we need to worry about gaining life or looping our deck in this matchup. Like, it's just not going to come to that, and they mill themselves enough that, like, I don't know, it doesn't matter too much. You know, I don't think Basic Plains is actually necessary in this deck. I'm never wanting to fetch it off of a tune with Ether. And the only reason why I cast Skyfisher here is because I can pick up Abundant Growth. Like, having the 8th untapped green source for my mana fixing spells seems a lot better than having the option to fetch for the worst land in my deck. Good edit for the third version here. Parts of our mana base being counterable does make me nervous, but at the same time, I think we're dense enough on mana sources that it doesn't matter too much. Honestly, the worst part about this exchange is just missing out on the 2 energy. Start up that dead snake count again. Jesus Christ. Well, you know, I guess I had a fuck ton of Chryslers in game one, so this is only fair. Hmm. Maybe not getting a land with a tune with Ether earlier did matter. Snakes will do that to any deck sometimes. On to game three. We got this. We got this. Just gonna speed through the early game here. God, I love this interaction. dirtily shit, and I'm drawing my cards and I'm progressing my board kind of with a 2/3 flyer that drew me 2 cards for like 6 mana, and like it's I don't know how good it is, but it feels incredible to just move cardboard around. That's really aggressive with Sleep with the Dead there from the opponent, but I mean that card is just scary hanging out in the graveyard. I'm actually really happy that this match is playing out the way it is, because I feel like we're really showing off the reason why I think this deck could be good. We just get to run 7 1-mana ways to kill a 5 toughness creature. That level of efficiency lets us get away with a greedy ass mana base and splash around for insane mid-range threats and engines like Skyfisher and the Chrysler Town and Country. Damn it! Okay, that's way too aggro in the face of Campfire opponent. I lead on Skred here because I actually want my Chrysler to resolve more than I want the Skred to, so we're just going to test the counterspell waters here. Having said that, Brainstorm is busted. Brainstorm needs to be in more decks. I will have my cake and eat it too. Thank you very much. Answer my answer to your answer. Well, that's fine, because here we get to show off the late game power of the deck. Chrysler and DeLorean Revealed is really good. I know there was a Team Terror list that kind of pokes its head up sometimes, and I think it must get a ton of its win percentage from this interaction alone.
YouTube is great, but ads suck. Luckily, there's a way to get around them. And I'm not talking about paying for premium. Simply go to the App Store and download Firefox Focus. This is a privacy-based version of the Firefox web browser. It'll block any ads on any website you visit, including ads on YouTube. You can even connect your Google password to your Face ID to make having to log into YouTube every time you want to use it as smooth as possible. If you like this tip, you can leave me a tip at the Ko-Fi link in the description down below. Now, back to the video.
We're up against Noob! They're a real grinder. Let's see what they're on. Desert. I have a bad feeling about Desert. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Oh dear God. Lembas. Maybe it's some mono black artifact control deck that isn't like Golgari Gardens. Brainstorm's goaded. Brainstorm's so goaded. Fuck. It is Gardens again. It's the same shit again, but this time it's against a guy who is very well practiced at racing the clock. You've all seen this before. You know what happens. It's just like the end games that matter here, really. Able to snipe a campfire here because we know it matters in this matchup. Well, shit. The initiative. Caught with my pants down here. At least I can fight over it with my 2/3 flyer. Normally, they can't deal with 2 creatures with their 6-card hand and a free creature off the top. You know, low-key, all my win cons are getting exiled right now. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. We got 3 counterspells in hand, and the only card that matters from the opponent is Campfire. Obviously, we got it from here. It's just a matter of managing the clock. Wait, why did I bother countering their card draw? That accelerates my win condition. Oh no. Oh no, this isn't a bad omen of what's to come, is it? Whoa. Do you really think you're going to be able to kill them with damage? They're mogging you, dude. They're straight removal spell mogging you. Don't you do it, idiot. He did it. You know, guess what happens next? God. Well, the rest of this game just doesn't matter. This was the moment we lost. I should have recognized that and just started to play the clock from here. Also, just to point out, that's the 3rd Throne of the Dead 3 that we've seen this game. God, that 1 life point. Such a little tease. Oh yeah, no hope. They got Lembas too. You can concede, bro. Did you know that you can cast Sagu Wildling to prevent yourself from decking? Only problem is that you never draw a new card, and you're just kind of stuck with what you got in hand and on board. And all of our campfires are gone. That's the 4th Throne of the Dead 3. All right, we are finally dead on turn 36. And what do we have to show for it? An 8-second advantage on clock. Sagu looping is click intensive, especially when you throw in pointless cryogen relic activations. Okay, we've done this before. Mystic over discharge and restart MTGO because we can't be lagging. You and I both know that none of this early game matters. Well, we can pop their campfire and stay ahead on clock. We're behind on life total, but it's still high enough that I'm not too worried about Crypt Rats. Okay, we're pretty clearly going to win this game, but 25 seconds on opponent's clock versus 47 seconds on ours means that this game just came down to time. I think we would have gotten there in the end. Wait, why the fuck am I casting Skyfisher and not just spamming F6? What is this goddamn lag? Whatever. I don't even care. That's a win. That's a win in my book. Fuck my Chungus slow ass sausage fingers.
If you like this deck, check it out with my Moxfield link in the description down below. By following me on Moxfield, you can keep up with the new brews I'm working on before they become videos. And you can even see the tuning updates for old brews too. Thanks again for your support. I'll see you on Moxfield.
I just want you guys to know that while I'm playing this match, I'm holding my widow baby boy. He's in his baby Bjorn carrier, and I'm using my standing desk to play on my gaming laptop. My wife makes significantly more money than me. Opponent has the Nattytron and is showing us monsters. Thank God, because this deck versus Flickertron after playing against Gardens twice this league would cause me to drink bleach. Also, shout out to our opponent, BMW Racer Zero. They were active in the chat all game and were a delight to play against. I am so sorry. This deck was probably not nearly as fun as you expected based on the first couple of turns. Pinnacle Killship is sick. That's a really good get for this deck out of the Edge of Eternity set. Oh, it's even better here. One card deals with 2 of mine. Oh, and one for... Okay, yeah, we are dead. In Murmuring Mystic, out a campfire. Maybe that Mystic should be main deck. Seems like we reach for it a lot, and it might help close out games faster and stop us from going to time so much. Something to think about. Nice. Drawing Heritage Reclamation off the top here lets us interact with their ability to get Tron online. If that had been a Relic of Progenitus, we may have boarded that out in this matchup. So, I don't know. I feel like we should weigh its impact against Terror more than its impact against Monstertron, but it's good that it's good here. Oh, well, never mind. Fuck me. Hairvex Torch seen off the Cascade. I mean, great for us that it's a whiff, but oh my god, does that card scare me for the late game. Okay, we've gotten pretty lucky on these Cascade flips so far, but can we stop casting Maelstrom Colossi? Okay, hopefully that Hairvex Torch is just a one-of, and we don't have to worry about it anymore for the rest of the game. Pinnacle Killship is really good, but we're okay here. We have interaction and we have blockers. We're not dead here. We can just Galvanic Discharge their guy. Cameo safekeeping out of Tron? BMW Racer Zero. You mad lad. You mad lad. Lucky for us, 4 copies of Writhing Chrysalis have managed to keep us alive up until this point. Critical Killship off the top makes opponent feel confident about an attack here. Unfortunately for them, we got a clip full of removal and some blocks to make. That discharge for 1 to finish off the Ent and bank some energy was nice. Probably meant that I should have killed one of the Colossi or the Killship with the Heritage Reclamation, though. Hey, yo! Attune means we can discharge and kill a Colossi. Look at that synergy! Corporate synergy. Finally! Everything is dead. Now we just gotta close out the game. Crop rotation, huh? Man, hope they don't got another one of those for Jukabog before I can find my campfire. Well, how many cards are in my library? Oh, 9? No, we're fine. We're fine. Drew the counterspell off the top to protect lethal damage. I told y'all we were fine. Now we just gotta play game 3. I am getting sick of this shit. Also, having the Cryogen Relic in hand to be able to draw my 5-card deck to try and dig for counterspell to protect this is that was fun. That was nice. Yeah, this is easily their best card in their deck against us. Hey, look at that. We pulled ahead on clock, but we'll definitely be able to close out the game before that becomes relevant. Okay, opponent hitting 3 total mana value worth of spells off of 21 mana worth of Cascade. Wait, 24 mana worth of Cascade. I mean, that's pretty dope for us. Okay, I didn't show it the first time, but this is the second time I have countered Whisper Silk Cloak this match, and it's also the second time that we would have died on the spot if it had resolved. BMW Racer Zero is packing some heat in this list. Shit, we're behind on clock now. Mox Crusher, I love you, buddy, but man, I feel like this is the perfect example of why we really need WotC to print a better bomb at common. This thing is so irrelevant in this spot. Like, give me a 10 mana 10/10 trample vigilance reach that makes 2 food tokens when it enters. Like, that would be worth exhuming. I don't know about Tron, but it would be worth exhuming on turn 2. Oh, that Caravax Torch really drained a lot of our opponent's clock. No, I'm not thinking about that. I'm not thinking about that. Man, Killship is tough here. Really punishing me for how willing I've been to trade my Chryslers to get damage in. I mean, at least the campfires mean I'm still winning the race here. Wait, how did I get 20 seconds ahead on clock? Why would you kill that here? That's a stupid play, boy. Stupid. Yeah, BMW Racer Zero was so due here. We could have played around it. I get like that. Not really though. There's 37 seconds left on opponent's clock, huh? Like fire, campfire, this burning desire is turning me to win via clock timeout. Oh, an F6 battle is how you wish to end this? Lucky for me, I have been trained by the master. Yeah, the game would have kept going for a while if the chess clock wasn't involved. Sorry it had to end that way, BMW Racer Zero.